before it can take effect. We don't have anything remotely like that.
Is your view that Congress actually wrote a statute without saying who should appoint?
Yes, because they didn't need
without even thinking that it was saying who should appoint?
Yes.
That Congress was leaving this like just to the whatever they come up with?
Yes, because this was initially established as a purely advisory body. So it didn't matter under the Constitution who appointed them. The Appointments Clause didn't apply to the task force when it was first created because it only had advisory powers.
But even if purely advisory, to pick up on Justice Kagan's point, it's unlikely that Congress just was throwing it out there in terms of who would.
I mean, usually Congress thinks that it does things like that, right? I mean, it would be an odd statute. I doubt you could find another where Congress has set up a board and said, you know, just not said.
Well, all they said.
Who should make up the board?
All they said is that the AHRQ director shall convene the task force. And convene does not mean appoint, as Justice Thomas mentioned earlier.
No, but in the absence of anything else, it would be a natural reading to say, when you're looking at one person and saying he can convene the board, that means, and there's nobody else out there to actually pick the board members, that means he should also pick the board members.
He's certainly allowed to pick the board members, Justice Kagan. What we're saying is the statute doesn't forbid other people from appointing. The president could appoint the members of the task force. He could have done that prior to the ACA, and he can do it after the ACA. In fact, we think he's constitutionally compelled now after the ACA to appoint them with the advice and consent of the Senate. There is no statute that forbids the president to appoint.
Well, if convene does mean appoint, then